What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. Today we're playing with some friends from the Unyielding Discord. That'll be in the pinned comment if you'd like to join. Always looking to get games in with you guys. And we're grouped up with C-Stick Khan as well. Me and him switched to defense to help them out because they were down about 6 people. I got some feedback from my friend Furious. He plays a lot. And a lot of people agreed with him that you guys like to hear my thoughts on the state of the game and not just the commentary in the moment things. And we got off to a pretty slow start on this one. And I'm going to talk about C-Stick Khan as an example of what I'm talking about for this next little rant here. He's right next to me. And it's what really brings me back to this game. I would never be level 1000 and have this play time. I'd still play this game pretty regularly, I think, but not as much as I do if it was not for the community. It's absolutely loved that this is small enough that a lot of us know each other, almost all of the regulars. And it's also big enough that there's always full games going 24/7 as we give that archer a whack because he got some friendly fire on Khan. So you can build a reputation for yourself just being a good player. Even if you never talk out there, we've probably mentioned you in these in voice chats if we see you enough. But more importantly than that, video games really have taught me that internet friends can be just as real as, or just about as close as a real life friend. And I can give you 2 examples right on opposite spectrums of this. I mentioned him in my last video. Help Me Stepbo is like an elite comp kind of player. He does competitive, and we get along just because we get along. He doesn't care that I'm a much worse player. He just likes me for me, and that's what I kind of are drawn to about this, is the people who are like that, and that's why I gave love to the Equilibrium. And then there's C-Stick Khan, and I don't think I have a friend as loyal in real life as I do as this guy. And it's unreal that I made a friend like that on the internet. That would blow my mind even before I played this game not too long ago. It's just kind of those little things that I'm not talking about backing me up in a game versus targeting people, stuff like that go after us, as we use the chase mechanic here to catch that archer. If an archer or someone is running from you, usually they're the ones running, however, you will speed up to catch them. Just keep that in mind. If you want to catch up to someone running, you don't want to attack. You want to just keep running until you're in range of your weapon. He gave me some words of wisdom that reminds me of the movie The Town. He told me he will always back me up in a public setting, which obviously on the internet means people I'm beefing with in Discord, which really doesn't happen that much, let's be real. He will always back me up and tell me I'm wrong in private later. It reminds me of that movie The Town, right? When that guy, he comes to his friend and he's like, if I asked you to back me up and come jump these guys, would you do it and not ask questions? And the guy says, whose car are we taking? In other words, that's what I've learned out of this community of Chivalry 2, and that's what'll make or break this game at the end of the day, as we get hit with a great overhead drag there, and he thanks us for the commend as well. This really is a stupid, silly sword game, but at the end of the day, it's about those friends we're going to make along the way, and that's what I'm really here for. But that's enough ranting from me. Let's get into the gameplay. And there's a lot of cool moments in this one with C-Stick Khan, as I mentioned, because when I said that he's going to back me up, it doesn't just apply to Discord. It does apply to the aforementioned silly sword game. And just to shout out Trader, Trooper, and Doog, they're on the other team. They didn't switch to defense. I'm not going to ask them to do that. But, you know, Khan's going to back me up no matter what. He always is on my team. And we're going to be going against them as they attack. They're having a little bit of trouble on this first objective, though, and it did feel like for a little bit maybe it was a mistake as more people joined. But when they fill up the game completely and it's 32 versus 32, they're going to get a lot more even. Right now, though, it is kind of in our favor, but the game does go almost the whole distance. Khan hates archers, by the way, so we will go in deep to kill one every time, and I will have his back. That's going to be a little bit of the theme of this video, is talking about in-game stuff as well, where you want to back up your friends. Just kind of funny moments that we have. Fight here 1 versus 1. I have a little trouble with the one-handed sword when people slash into feint stab. I do have trouble with feints on one-handers in general. They can be a big problem for me. It's something I'm trying to work on, especially with blunt weapons like the mace, Warhammer, and Morningstar. Little bit of a problem, especially because I'm a knight main. Check this out. So someone's going to go for a special on me and I excel through it. Little bit of tough move there to hold my ground. I wouldn't actually recommend that. I think you should hold block in that circumstance. But now we get a little surrounded and that'll be that. As much as I love playing for the win, I did kind of throw this here just because they didn't really have enough people on their team that were pulling their weight, and we do want to give them a chance, so we kind of let it fill up to the 32 versus 32, which it does at this next objective. Nice fight here against this heavy mace. This guy was giving me some fits. Great drags by him throughout the whole game, and we get it done there, but I do this sometimes if it's a little too early in the map. I think fair is fair because right there it's 21 versus 22, but we'll play for the win later. I really do think they hit it out of the park with the snow map. I know this update did get a little hate. I know there's some content creators, Strider comes to mind, he doesn't love this map. I think it's amazing, and I think they did a really good job. There are certain objectives can be a little annoying. In particular, the stop the cranks phase to open the drawbridge can be a bit much. But overall, I think they really did a good job. I'll be pointing this out a few times, but here's a perfect example. This madman's gonna overhead, just jump right into combat after he finishes his fight he won. He saw me in danger, he's backing me up. I didn't even realize this happened in real time, which is why you see me walking away, and I look in the editing process, and he didn't say this while we were playing. It's just what he's about, and he knows that's what I'm about too. So sorry when you're watching, Con, that was a mistake, but I think you'll be proud of me because I was trying to go after that archer as well. And to be clear, I do love talking about my friends, don't get me wrong, but the point I'm trying to make about this video in particular, this game really is just a social thing to me despite my way too many hours in it. And that's what brings me back. So it's about the individual moments. You'll see some TikToks of me, like, we'll just get into fighting spawn waves together, not just with him, with other friends as well. And I think it's long overdue that I point this out more because it's back and forth here. I don't know about you guys, but I always love the fights when you're using the same weapon as the other person. It doesn't get any more fair than that, and we come out on top there. Good fight. When I record, I try not to bother archers too much. I will when I'm not. I've always said they're fair game. But this is a little different. This is the theme of the video after all. And if Khan's in it, I have no choice but to do it with him. You got to back up your friends, as I said. We will take the hate for that out of loyalty. And we're going to get in a nice fight here with a good Maul player. He did pretty well in this one. I was using my best weapon. I was pretty confident I could win despite having not a lot of health, and I crouched to keep my distance and then do a nice little overhead to get that done. And that's something I haven't pointed out in a little bit. So crouching is a good thing to do if you're fighting one-handers in particular, or you have a good distance on your weapon. What you want to do is crouch when you're attacking because it'll stop your forward momentum from the attack. Another example is we see Khan's friend icon way in deep. I'm sure he was trying to kill that archer. That's what he does. Fuck the forward spawn, excuse my language. We're avenging our guy here. We're not able to do that, but we do get the archer. I'm sure he was going after her. I forget if he said it. An awesome move by this guy. They're going to just let me take care of that. And one even joins in on the fun. Archers, as I said, always fair game. This is archer behavior where he's not going to get his melee weapon and stop him from destroying the banners. And then he takes out his melee weapon once I'm already in the fight so he could steal the kill. Typical selfish just mindset these guys have. From this point forward, I'm not going to point it out every single time, but I see the friend icon marching a certain death. There's a catapult coming. So it was all for naught, but this is what we're the theme of the video, and you guys know I'm going to do this no matter what. I've talked about it. Positioning is number one. That's how you get better, and it's one of the most, if not the most important skill. And I have a friend, Rebellions, who's actually talked about this. He's a monster, by the way, level 1000. He said that positioning is very important to a point. Sometimes you look soft, and this guy got a message for this great drag. Check that out. That is textbook, amazing drag. I fall for it. Great work. Here I'm holding my own against 3 players. Do really good work here, and then backup comes and I really did a good job to counter these overheads and slashes going on at the same time, just enough for the backup to come in and save the day. That was a tough time right there. We live to fight another day. That's always getting a thank you all around for me. I turn around in every direction as well. Typical mall main behavior, the biggest chads in the game. He's going to go take down this banner, live or die. He knows he's going to die. There's a lot of people around, but he gets that done, lays out for the team, and some crunch time. There's only 45 seconds left as well. Two nice drags. I'll hit them with their respect emote. They got me earlier as well. That was them. We're going to try and get them done. Not run from the fight. We do have backup, so it would have been kind of a good time to leave, just because now it's not exactly fair regardless. They're going to down me. At this point, I can leave. That's fine. Going to get some hits in and then get a revive. Good stuff. Another example where I'm trying to counter and hang on for dear life. This time, we don't live to fight another day. I hope they realize this is lighthearted trolling. If someone goes for too many kicks, I emote no to tell them, no, that's not going to work, not going to happen. I hope that's not taken personally by people, because I feel like this game is a little humorous, pretty often actually, and it just kind of fits the theme of no, like he says it in that deep voice. Not really much chance we're going to get this secured here. We have a weak weapon for slashing, even though it is quick. But I want to open some space for the team at the very least. I have been playing much more Vanguard recently, and that's kind of getting me in the habit of making too many feints. Those are okay to use a lot more on Vanguard, but when you're a knight and you get less stamina, that's not something I really should be doing, and it's going to lead to a disarm. I get a weaker weapon, and we can't get it done. We pick it up a little bit here, and it's making a big difference on this last stage. I was on a little bit of a death streak. As I said, I was in a voice chat. If you guys notice, by the way, if you've been in game and see me even go close to negative at times, I'm usually talking to my friends. I don't know what that's about. I can't really do two things at once. This is our friend, by the way, and we're gonna say sorry because he doesn't want the smoke. Trader Trooper, you're soft for that. Just kidding, it's fine. We're gonna let him heal and get back into some other fights, and that guy's gonna get me with a grit drag again. That's a savage heavy mace drag. I'm trying to pick and choose who I'm attacking here, but now we're defending the courtyard, so I don't want someone to get too far ahead. And the team's starting to die a little bit, so that kind of worked out that we backed up. That wasn't even a conscious, intentional thing. Getting a little overextended, though, now. And we go for a heal. This is exactly what I'm talking about the individual moments making the game, and as well as friendships. Me and Connor by ourselves here. We're going to stand our ground. He has that same mentality I do, as we don't give up here, get back up. We're not going to run. That's soft. And there's some teammates here, and we're going to take out as many of them as we can before we die. Now, I'm an honest man. If I wasn't, I would have cut out the rest of it. That's a whole spawn wave down. Let's go. We're not able to take out the second one. But, you know, maybe I'll edit that and make myself look better than I am and turn it into a YouTube short. You heard it here first. They're going to run out of time here, and we're going to go in a little deep to flex. That's another win. Hard not to win when you have the power of friendship. Am I right, guys? And if you want to check out some related videos, we got another one, speaking of friends, where we play with the two best console players and also good friends, Lousy and Spicy Pancakes. I'm doing some player showcases, so check out that playlist up above as well. Love you guys. See you in the next one.